One of the first questions I receive almost every single day is, Attorney, magkano po ba talaga ang annulment? Some people are surprised because they heard it's only 100,000 pesos, while others have been quoted like over 500,000 pesos. So, who's telling the truth? The answer is both can be true. Today, I'm going to explain why there is no single price for annulment or declaration of nullity of marriage in the Philippines. What you're actually paying for? What makes one case more expensive than another? And how you can financially prepare if you're planning to file an annulment or declaration of nullity of marriage. If you're considering an annulment or declaration of nullity of marriage, or simply wants to understand the process, stay until the end because I'm going to discuss the mistakes that makes an annulment or declaration of nullity of marriage more expensive than how it should be. Why is there no fixed price? Let's begin with the biggest misconception. Many people think annulment or declaration of nullity of marriage is like buying a product, as if every law office charges exactly the same. That's not how legal services work. Every annulment case is different. Every marriage has a different story. Every client has different evidence. While some cases are simple, others involve years of abuse, missing spouses, complicated property issues, child custody, or multiple witnesses. The amount of work required from your lawyer will never be exactly the same. That is why there is no fixed price for annulment. Costs vary depending on the legal work, professional fees, court expenses, expert witnesses, and complexity of the case. What are you actually paying for? Let's break down where the money goes. First, attorney's professional fees. This is usually the biggest portion. When people hear about lawyer's fee, they sometimes think that they're only paying for one court appearance. Actually, your lawyer does much more. Your lawyer interview you, study your marriage, determine the proper legal grounds, prepare your petition, review your evidence, interview witnesses, coordinates with a psychologist or psychiatrists, attends hearings, prepare judicial affidavits of witnesses, responds to the court order, and file necessary pleadings. And the office of the prosecutor, prepare documentary evidence, monitor your case until the finality has been attained. A single petition may require dozens of hours preparation long before your first hearing. Second, court filing fees. The court also charges you for filing fees and docket fees. These are government fees, not lawyers' fees. The exact amount depends on applicable court fees, and if there is an issue about custody and property, it might be higher than the normal filing fees. Third, psychological evaluation. Many petitions, especially those based on psychological incapacity of the spouse, involve a psychological assessment and expert testimony. The psychologists or the psychiatrist conduct an interview, prepares a report, and should testify in court to prove the assessment. These are separate professional services with their own fees. Fourth, documentary requirements. There's also expenses for obtaining certified copies of documents such as PSA marriage certificate, birth certificates, court certified true copies, notarization, photocopying, mailing, certification. Individually, this may seem small, but together they become part of the overall costs. Fifth, miscellaneous expenses. Depending on the circumstances, there may also be publication costs if the respondent could not be located, transportation expenses, additional pleadings, and other procedural expenses. What makes one annulment more expensive than another? One factor can significantly affect the total costs. Factor number one, the legal grounds. Some grounds require more pieces of evidence compared to another. Certain petitions involve extensive documentary proof and expert testimony, while others may not. Factor number two, if the case is contested, if your spouse actively opposes the petition, files pleadings, or present evidence, the lawyer's work generally increases. Factor number three, children. If issues involving custody, visitation, or support arises, additional legal work may be necessary. Factor number four, properties. If there are disputes involving assets or property relations, their case often become more complex. Factor number five, can your spouse be located? If not, service by publication or other authorized means to serve the summons under the rules of court may be imposed. Is annulment only for the rich? This is probably the saddest misconception there is. Many people tell me, "Attorney, gusto ko sanang mag-file, pero pangmayaman lang ang annulment." I understand why many people feel that way. Annulment can be expensive, but remember, what you're paying for is not just paperwork. You're paying for legal representation in a court proceeding that requires evidence, compliance with the procedural rules, and often expert testimony. Also, some lawyers offer installment arrangements for their professional fees. Although payment structure may differ from one lawyer to another, there is no standard fees across all firms. The most important thing is to have an honest consultation so that you will understand the likely costs based on your specific circumstances. Be careful of extremely cheap annulment or nullity of marriage offer. Now, I'd like to share an important warning. If you see an ad promising annulment for 100,000 pesos or 50,000 pesos or guaranteed approval, please be cautious. No lawyer can ethically guarantee that a court will grant an annulment or nullity of marriage. Only the court can decide your case based on the evidence presented and the law. Likewise, a very low advertisement price may not include additional costs that arise later in the process. Before engaging in any lawyer, ask what services are included. Are appearance fees separate? Are psychological evaluation fees included? Are court filing fees included? Are publication costs included if applicable? Understanding these details help you make an informed decision and avoid surprises later on. Is annulment worth the costs? Only you can answer the question. For some people, remaining legally married creates an ongoing legal and personal challenges. For others, they want peace of mind. They want closure. They want the opportunity to move forward within the bounds of the law. The value of annulment or nullity of marriage is not measured solely by peso. It is also measured by the legal certainty and the peace of mind it can provide to those who have valid ground and choose to pursue the process. So, how much does annulment really cost in the Philippines? It all depends on your case. There is no one-size-fits-all price because every marriage, every set of facts, and every legal issues is unique. The best way to know the likely costs is to consult a lawyer who can evaluate your specific circumstances and explain the process. the possible legal grounds and expenses you may encounter. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell because every week we will discuss real legal questions about annulment in the Philippines.